Monday Night Lights, Monday Night Lights, Monday Night Lights. Let's talk about what's been going on at Viking Ice Arena. You've never seen a league so exciting and tough and fast. It simply must be discussed on an equally exciting and tough podcast. What's it called? Monday Night Lights. Yeah. Monday Night Lights. Monday Night Lights. What's been going down on the ice? Who are the leaders? Who are the failures? The Ducks, the Tigers, the Nordiques, the Whalers, the Seals, the Americans, the North Stars. Who's gonna stall? Who will go far and earn the keg? Who's gonna earn the keg? We'll find out in time. Give us a holler on the whoop line.
It is the Christmas Eve edition of the Monday Night Lights podcast. Brian Piercy here along with Paul Proctor, Charles Mackey, and Dougie Fresh. How you boys doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Merry Christmas.
Can't
Yeah,
complain.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys. Let's see, we had Charles and Proctor bring some mimosas in for us today. Dougie Fresh did his special eggnog recipe. Both are delicious as well.
And you made a beautiful feast. I'm extremely impressed.
Yeah, you guys kind
Holy
of shamed
shit.
them for food, but it's a nice spread here, man. It's very well catered.
It smells like a Denny's, man.
It is.
Big plate of food.
Whoa.
Three
Those,
drinks in
those
front of me.
biscuits were made from scratch. The gravy was made from scratch.
Fucking A. I'm
Love,
impressed.
man. Made with love.
Yeah.
Everything from scratch. We don't buy stuff out of the box over here. Come on. You think my chicken and rice is out of a box? No. Come on.
I never
Doing the
would've
evening
thought
special
so.
next week for the chicken and rice.
Yeah. So, as always, give us a call, 714-75-WHOOP. Email the show at podcast@MNLHL. Follow, subscribe on Twitch. We got a lot of people out there who have subscribed in the past, who their membership has ran out. They're eligible for that Amazon Prime subscription again. If you remember, go there. If you already have it set up, you should just have to go subscribe. It should say a Twitch Prime subscription. Just press it. Super easy. If you have time, Twitch/MNLHL or Twitch.TV /MNLHL. So if you have a time, do that. Like we said, we do have some voicemails. Speaking of which, looks like Mr. Cameron Claus, he called the show in the last 15, 20 minutes. So,
Santa Claus? I like it. He's just going in.
So, yeah, I don't actually have these hooked up like I normally would. Looks like he's left us 3 messages. So
No,
I think we should
we
just
don't
go
have time
right
for that.
into
Let's
it.
do it.
And
Going in blind.
Hey,
See what-
can I do a live call out against Ty for using the ad channel? What the fuck? What was that
Yeah,
for?
come on, man. Yeah,
What the
don't do
fuck
that.
is this, man?
Ty's kind of clueless in a lot of ways. Let's face facts.
What's the ad channel for? There's no important message.
It's
That
Christmas.
channel. Hey, how's everyone doing today?
Yeah, exactly. So let's see. Looks like this first one is a whole 10 seconds. It might be a blooper.
Gorgeous.
Great
This
start.
is great stuff. This is the best voicemail we've heard. It's short to the point. You know, we get it. He's moving.
And that's Claus, everybody.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well done, Claus.
That was that was the same sort of effort he put out during the second game last night, wasn't it?
Ooh.
He put it all into the first, man. He got us the win.
Let's. So we did have a second message from him as well. Maybe he did better this time.
Second time's a charm. Nope, he did not. He tried.
total butt
At
dials?
least he tried. Oh, man.
Who's got
mean-
the whoop line on speed dial?
He does.
It's number 2.
I like
I
his
figured
style.
I figured it'd be Sammy and Mama Gio, and that's about it.
I had 8 a.m. text from Troy this morning for Mama Gio videos to show my wife. He's that proud of his Mama Gio calls that he sent me a text message like,
with
explicitly-
the YouTube video.
Yes.
Yeah, the greatest
yes.
hits.
He's going to be at Second City next week. It's going to be
Yeah.
great.
So we did get one more call from Cam.
Third time's a charm. Cam.
This
Come on,
one's
buddy.
also 24 seconds. So let's see if he can do any better on this one.
Hey, boys,
Ah.
Bob here. Hope everybody's having a jolly holly time. Just want to get your guys' take. Who do you think the real MVP of the All-Star game was? I can give you my opinion, but I'm going to let you guys talk this one out.
Matt
All right,
Taylor.
boys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and everybody be safe. Bye.
So, like I said, I didn't have any time to
That's all right. That's
look
an
at these
easy-
calls
That's
at
an easy
all.
answer right there.
But I think we're going to get to these games in just a second. So let's hold that question
All right.
and then actually go back to it as well. But as always, we love when you call the whoop line, Cam. So we did have another message I think we'll get to. Another one I was not able to pre-scanned, but I think it's from everybody's favorite caller, not Grandma Gio, but Billy Baloney.
Should I preemptively mute my mic?
I might mute them all in general. So let's see what he has to say.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from friend of the show and America's bad boy, Billy Baloney. I'm here to give you some much-needed holiday advice today. Have you forgotten to complete your Christmas shopping? Does the thought of trampling injuries you'll receive from other holiday shoppers fill you with dread? Then consider writing a letter to Santa Claus. You may know his name because he slapped an Aryan heretic at the Council of Nicaea, but now he's giving Christmas gifts to wealthy Christian children who behave themselves all year. Mention code word whoop in your letter, and maybe he'll forget some of your more naughty misdeeds. At any rate, you won't have to go shopping today, and if no presents arrive, just tell your kids that Tim Allen killed Santa. Merry Christmas, and don't forget to use Kringle code word whoop.
Oh, Billy never disappoints. Charles, I'm going to let you, brotherly love over here. I'm going to let you start out with this one.
So it was mentioned a few months ago on a podcast.
Just get a little closer.
It was mentioned a few months ago on a podcast. Billy Baloney's got a nice, great sense of humor. I didn't get any of this. I don't know where the gene is, but as twins, I thought maybe I'd get some of this stuff, but dude's on fire all day, every day. And
he's the comedian. He's the ladies' man. What did you get?
I got Priya.
Oh, I mean,
That's a win. That's a win.
That's a win-win.
I know you're
solid
listening, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you both did pretty well in the ladies' realm.
Yeah.
So you just don't have the nicknames that he has as far as that's concerned. But maybe that's a good thing. I don't know.
Maybe it is.
So what's he like in the locker room? Sam Maki. You got the experience with Sam
Oh yeah,
Maki.
he just flops it out there and wiggles it around.
Does he?
Yeah, he just loves it.
Just
He's proud of it. And,
uncoils the rope?
Uncoils the rope. Just out there strutting his stuff.
I don't
He
think
always
any
saunters
Mackie
in.
can uncoil.
Oh, he uncoils. He does.
So Sam wants to know, what did Priya actually get? When you said you got Priya, what did she get?
I'm going to take one from his book and just steal shamelessly from his best man speech. Priya got some beautiful flowers and some lovely dresses and a nice day.
And according to Mr. Drager, he said, you got gluten.
Oh, I got gluten in my large intestine. Yes.
Nice.
Hey, I mean, I really like to eat gluten food, so that sounds like a win on your side as well. So
Gluten
Yeah.
good.
Gluten very
I
good.
love me some bread.
Oh, it's delicious.
So as always, if you're interested in going on the show as well, we have the podcast tab at stats.mnlhl.com. There's a form to fill out. If not, just send me a message. We'll set you up with a date as well as these guys have done. I think, Dougie, this is your, third time on the podcast?
Yes.
Proctor number 2. I don't know how much
Number 2.
you remember the first time.
I was the only standing soldier, so I think I remember the most about everyone there. So
That is
but,
fair.
yeah, so
And then Mr. Charles Mackey, your first time coming on.
Yeah, it's about time.
Is it everything you've dreamed of?
And more. And more.
I guess I normally don't feed the other guests, so.
I
know,
was
we're the
going to
special-
ask if this was a weekly thing, and if it was a weekly thing, I was going to ask how you kept your girlish figure.
I mean, I cooked for like 3 hours today.
Yeah.
So
Somebody needs to take a photo of it to share with the
that's
the
true.
ad
We
channel.
will. We'll share.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
okay, so let's move on. So last night, as we all know, we kind of had our all-star / stars of yesteryear / tomorrow and our Bender Bowl game. So let's move on to our main event of the night. It was our 9 o'clock game. It was the all-star game. We do have an all-star in this room, so let's have you start out with a little bit of what you saw in that game.
The main point was Matt Taylor didn't show up again, and if he doesn't skate, the team doesn't win. That's what the Tigers are built on, and that's what the other team built it on.
Ouch.
And so that's all I had to say.
Hot take.
That's all I had to say.
I got to disagree with that.
And they loaded up with the veterans. I had ShaunE, I had Serta, I had Pete on my team. We're veterans. We got the wisdom. We don't got the speed like the Pfisters and the Judges and the new guys. But I think we did all right.
So what was the score of the game?
I think it was 6-3, 6-3,
No,
7-3,
not quite.
8-3,
Eight.
9-3, 12-3.
No
Stop
shit.
at 8. Just stop at 8.
Okay, 8. Yeah, it was
It
close.
went that far?
Poor Dylan. Just stop
Yeah,
at 8.
well, it was close. It was a
So,
close
so
game.
Charles is a member of the Bumblebees over there. What's your thought on his comment? If Matt Taylor doesn't show up, you guys don't win.
I disagree with that. If Slocum is there, and Matt Taylor isn't,
Fair
Tigers will be fine.
All right, fair
If
enough.
neither of them are there, Tigers will be fine.
Let's
Stay focused on the mic. Don't be looking at Proctor when you're talking shit to him.
But Taylor
apologies, this is my
original
first
was
time.
there.
Pardon me?
Original Taylor was present last night.
OT, yeah.
Well,
OG
yeah,
Taylor was
OG
there.
Taylor's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't have all of the pieces that the Tigers have.
Yeah, we thought you were going to get that brotherly, connection going on. Thought things were going to work out.
No, we had the LaPrudre brothers. We had that connection on us.
You
We
guys
had
were
everything.
missing Shep.
We had 3
Shep is
Pauls.
the-
3
Shep
Pauls.
is the straw that stirs the
That's
drink.
true. It's true.
Yeah, it was a great thing. So seems like it wasn't that close of a game. Was there any highlights you can bring out?
It was close. I'd say the first 2 periods were close. Serta was out there buzzing. Everyone was buzzing. It was good. We were all putting him in. Ben got a sexy goal in the slot off his foot, 5-hole. It was nice. But I think Dylan's sandbagging us. I think he was having too much fun, so it's not a good gauge on how to beat him in a real MNL game.
A little
many
bit, a little
Pink
bit of
Wickies.
pink Whitneys.
Little Pink
Yeah.
Whitney's in him, yeah. So I think
Was it in his bottle?
he might have been. It might have been. Some were going
maybe
in 5
he
hole.
had a couple too many White Castles that were brought in.
Probably. He was celebrating early.
I will say this slightly off topic. Anybody who is man enough to have 2 to 3 plus White Castles and go out on a skate is more man than I am. I don't have the stomach / nerves to do something like that.
No, that's an after the skate.
That's a riskier than traditional Serbian food move.
Did-
'Cause I
did-
made that mistake once, and it was bad,
Oh,
bad
it's bad.
move.
You just got to be close to a toilet. You'll be
I had to
all
talk to Drago after. He's like, "Yeah, you can't do that, man.
No.
Don't do that."
So kind of coming back over to Mr. Claw's third voicemail of the show.
Third time's a charm.
If you had to give an MVP of that game, who's it going to be?
Oh, I'd actually give it to Cam himself, the goalie.
I mean, what did we say? It was 8-2?
It was 8-2, 8-3, something like that. He played some solid game. It was good.
I mean, for an all-star game going against people that are that highly skilled and score that many goals, that sounds pretty fair to me.
It's true. Maybe second star to Pete. 'Cause Pete was like, "You want to take Pfister or should I?" I was like, "Well, you can take Pfister. I don't want to chase that guy around." So
Yeah.
and so he did that. He did that pretty well. And so
Well,
I
that
think
would
it
have to
helped out.
mean that you know how to play defense.
Yeah, no,
well,
I-
that's not fair. Are willing to play defense.
that's true. I got caught on a play defense once. Whoop coming down, scored right on Cam.
It's an all-star game, man.
Yeah,
Did you say Whoop coming down?
no, not Whoop. It was shoot, I can't remember.
He's an all-star
it
in
is-
our heart.
Yeah,
Come
all-star
on.
in our hearts. He should have been there. He's ghost Whoop.
Now, Charles, I know you are focusing on your impending goalie matchup there, but did you get to catch any of this game?
I saw maybe about 5 minutes of the game, and just watching Pete go out there and just make some people look silly was pretty interesting.
He does
but
that.
the big thing I did see was that big goal by Ben. And
that
if
was-
that
that
was
was my favorite
if that's
goal.
the only thing I could really take out of this,
Yep.
then I'd have to give it to Ben because he made Dylan look foolish, and maybe Dylan had a couple too many Pink Whitneys and White Castles. So maybe we should give it to Brennan for bringing all that White Castle.
So it was Brendan that brought that.
That's what I thought.
Did he print the picture of Whoop too?
That sounds like
That was
something Brennan
such a
would
good
do.
picture.
does.
That was so good.
So if not Brennan getting the MVP for bringing all that shit,
The dark horse.
then I'd have to give it to Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I got to watch probably close to the first 2 periods of this game. I think the one thing that just stuck out to me was the game looked fast. It was up and down, left and right. People were moving. Defensemen were actually playing defense outside of a normal type all-star game. So I like that. People were like, why are they playing defense? It's like, yeah, I mean, when I'm out on a game playing defense, I usually try to play my position. Did you get to see much of this game, Doug?
I did. I saw some. Yeah.
And your thoughts?
MVP Gio.
Oh yeah, Gio played a hot game too.
He got the blank slate for creating his wardrobe, and he
Yeah.
went all red, and he loved it.
Yeah, he looked good.
Red socks, pants, helmet, everything, gloves.
Yeah.
Looking like $1 million. He wore a red puffy vest after to the bar.
Oof.
He gets
That's
my vote.
Gio.
I don't know what happened on the ice, but
Do you think that's a cry out of against the North Stars of not wanting to be on their team?
no, he's just asserting his Ferrari red.
That's fair. So let's move on. I think the next game is going to be the All Stars of tomorrow or yesterday as well. So I got a voicemail from Troy. Wasn't able to actually listen to it, but I'm going to assume it's about this game. So I think we're going to play that one next.
Let's do it.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Just want to wish you guys Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hope you're having a great show. I'm picturing a little fireplace some eggnog, maybe some mimosas. We got the trusted voice, sweet Maki, Proctor, and Dougie. I know Hedis might have been officially on the schedule, but there's no chance that he wakes his ass up before noon. So, anyways, I'm just feeling a little sad. You know, it's Christmas, and I know Piercy's still licking his wounds from last night, and I just feel bad because I know he thinks that the rope boat orange jersey was like the best player ever. So I just want to officially take away any goal that he was involved in. So that's 1. So that takes it down to 3-0. And then I just really feel like I want to just gift Peso one of my goals because I know he wants one. So that makes it 3-1. And then really just for all that the trusted voice does for everybody, I think I should gift him a goal as well. So 3-2 final. Troy's boys over Piercy's man's buns. Great game. 3-2 tilt. Could have gone either way. Merry Christmas. Have a great show. Bye-bye.
Wow, I must say, he was pretty darn close. We got eggnog, mimosas, Hedis
Didn't show up.
no call,
Yeah.
no show.
Still not up.
What's the timestamp on that message?
Sometime this morning. So
Wow, yeah. Nostradamus.
Yeah, it's not happening. It's pretty good.
But yeah, I would say the one thing he alluded to is row the boat on his team. So, Doug, you're on the other team. I'm gonna as close as neutral can be as a Canadian over here. What were your thoughts on that guy?
On Silver Spoons? Schrader?
The kamikaze row.
Yeah, his name is Schrader, so I started calling him Silver Spoons. And he gave me like that Piercy disapproving look when I said that. So obviously I hit a little bit of a nerve when I did that.
That's his nickname then if he hates it.
Exactly.
That's definitely his nickname.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's good people though. He's from Arizona, so he had a lot of layers on last night, even though it was like 60 degrees out. But he was good. He controlled a lot of the play and was very complimentary. Shared the puck a lot. Didn't shoot. That goal that it was really his doing. There was a goal that was a fresh off the face-off win that came back to me, and all I did was I just kind of kicked it to Shepard. He kicked it across to Silver Spoons, and then he kicked it across to Rutkowski for a bang-in goal. Bauer touched it. Maybe Bauer took the face-off. I have no idea. But that doesn't happen without a crosser from Shepard to Silver Spoons. Silver Spoons back across the crease. That's the nicest goal I've ever seen in MNL. I shit you not, including all of your beautiful goals, 22.
I appreciate it.
I mean, shit, man, that thing was ridiculous. Even I was cheering, and I don't cheer.
Yeah, real quick,
don't
I'd like to
cheer.
thank Mr. Jeremy Drager, Panty Dropper, for subscribe his 6th month right now with Twitch Prime for us.
Nice. Nice.
You know, it's people like him, and people say, "Oh, we're trying to make money off the league or whatever." Things like this might not be directly involved, but the league bought beer for everybody last night. This is the type of thing where if you can go on there, you can subscribe. That money goes towards the league. We can keep doing things like that for everybody. And to me, that was a nice thing to do for the league.
It was beautiful. Dylan took all of it though, so there was none left for us. I didn't get any of those beers.
Yeah, he goes hard. He really got to go in there quick.
We did search a lot for those beers. We knew it was there, and we really appreciated it, but I think we have to have a talk with Dylan.
Plenty of those White Castle things. They call them sliders.
I believe so.
Yeah, but 0 beers after the game because of Dylan.
Either way, it's the thought that counts as far
It's-
as the
it's
league.
beautiful
Actually
Christmas
going
giving.
out, buying a 15-pack for
beautiful.
everybody. We were trying not to go too much beer for everybody so that people would go out to the bowling alley.
Smart.
Hopefully, hope that
Smart.
sponsorship ability there. But yeah, so if
I
you
gotta
got the
give it-
ability to go in there, get that subscription, it helps the league out. It helps us get better things or just possibly lower the cost as well.
Speaking of better things, my wife attended last night, and she's sitting by herself in the stands. And guess who, gentlemen, Drager goes and sits with her for the last half of the game. How beautiful is that?
Yep.
That's beautiful.
It is.
He's a charmer.
You don't
He's,
call him
he's
panty
trying to
dropper
help
for
out
nothing.
the league.
You know.
She loves him. She's like, this guy is as good as it gets. I'm like, that's why I started playing hockey in America.
I know.
So
Drager.
let's get back to Silver Spoon real quick. So going into the draft, last second
day about
thing,
this.
I get a message like, "Hey, could you help do the draft for there?" I was like, "Sure." Give me the list of people, and saw this guy. It was like row the boat or roke boat or something like that on the
What
draft.
is that?
I don't know. Who
Trade-
cares?
It's a trademark phrase from the Western Michigan football
not
team.
rope
That's
boat.
row the boat. But he was like
Oh.
roke boat or something like that. Either way, I was like, who's this guy? Troy said, oh, he's like a 4th, 5th rounder in the draft. He's around a peso and a Q-tip level. I have him, he's better than Dougie Fresh type of thing. What's your analysis in that scouting report from Troy?
Little off.
Just a little.
Just a little off. I have him, if I was going to be drafting him in our league, I'd put him in the 3rd round, and I'd have to really think about what I was trying to get in the 2nd round and what I was going to be looking at depending on my 2nd round pick, because he'd be in that conversation too. I don't know how often he plays. He was saying that he plays right now currently in Arizona. But like last night, he was wearing everybody else's pads. Like he was wearing like Ty's jockstrap, Geo's shorts. He had his own skates. He said that he could get those in his carry-on, but everything else was borrowed. So if he's still looking that good with borrowed equipment,
He can get his skates
He got
on his
skates on the
carry-on?
carry-on. He got metal
Couple of
blades.
blades.
that's what he
Wow.
said. That's what he said.
Wow, that's the next. That's the next hijacking.
Yeah,
right there.
those TSA agents never saw
Yeah,
the Water
just
Boy, did they?
Edward's-
Not Water Boy. I'm sorry, Happy Gilmore.
That's right.
Now, Charles,
Edward
if you
Skatehands.
got in a scouting report saying he's better than Doug, would you assume that means they're, pretty close in ranking?
I mean, you wouldn't go, he's better than Charles, and then assume he's going to be on Doug's level. You would say, if you said he's better than Charles, he's on Charles's level. So if he says he's better than Doug, you're like, all right, maybe 1 or 2 picks above,
Are you
maybe
sure-
3.
Are you sure you're not talking about Rakowski?
I,
Because he was the guy I brought in. Is he comparing Rakowski to me?
I think it's that guy, the one in the Kamikaze Falcons jersey. Was he the
Yeah.
last second guy?
He was Schrader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, but that guy to me was like the probably top 3 in the draft, and all of a sudden he's on your guys' team, and I'm like, what the hell is this crap?
But how did Rakowski get on our team, and then you got Lepudre? How did that go down?
So there's a few things there.
Money, Dougie.
Math.
Money.
Had to leave.
Blundering.
And somehow we got Lepudre. And then another thing was Manny. I don't know what happened to Manny. I hope everything's okay. He didn't show up. Obviously, we're not mad about him. So then Lepudre coming off the All-Star skate, which was a hell of a fast-paced skate where he's now playing 3-man on defense, and he was already worn out, so felt bad there. So that's how we got him, and then we were playing 9, and then that's where Graham dropped out. You got your boy in there, and kind of the lineups all kind of shifted, and I would have been interested to see how the game would have had it if we went to our original teams, but I don't know. You can never trust an auto is really the point of this story.
It's true. They're very
Yeah,
sneaky. Very sneaky.
He wants to get the MVP for bamboozling Piercy with this, but you don't get the MVP by these shady dealings.
No.
I don't know. The autos have D sold, though. She met all 3 of them last night, and she's like, that Whoop guy, he's very jolly. He's a jolly fellow.
What was her spidey senses on Ty?
We only got about 30 seconds of Ty, and he said he wasn't feeling well, so he took off. But then we got lots of quality Troy time at the bar, and she was happy about that. He was telling a lot of stories. He actually did an interview on her. I'm surprised I didn't make it into his voicemail. I'm sure it's going to be penned in an article soon. It's going to
Make her famous.
throw me under the bus with my Deeks teams because she made some comments that were a little compromising.
Was she under the impression before tonight that you were on a championship-winning team every year?
She was pretty clear on the performance so far.
Name's on the keg, buddy. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So my favorite game of the year, and the one that I was actually disappointed I wasn't part of, was the Bender Bowl. So we actually had Mr. Charles Mackey stepping in after a year absence from the goalie position, making his triumphant return. Why don't you give us a little bit of a breakdown of this game?
Great. So since Hedis didn't show up here, then I can control the narrative.
Exactly.
Well, first things first, we had a lot of drops. A lot of people decided that they weren't going to make it pretty late. So Whoops Doops ended up with 9 skaters. But at the same time, Ty's team had a skater that was very green. He had I think he said he's skated like 3 times, and it showed.
Is that the video that Ben posted?
Yeah, it is. Poor guy. Oh well, he did his best, and he got to do a penalty shot and everything. And if you were allowed to get 2 shots on a penalty shot, he would have got me 5 hole. But unfortunately, you're only allowed one. And so, but he worked. He tried. Everybody, it looked like everybody was doing great, and I feel like I lost a bit of the stamina I used to have in net because the first period went great.
You had stamina?
I had a little bit of stamina. I mean, I had enough stamina to get through at least 2.5 periods.
The blue paint's so small, though. You know, they're skating up 6 inches and back 6 inches.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
the
you're
up
just
and down.
standard, yeah.
First period went well. We were up 3-0. I was like, "Oh, poor Skillman. You know, you tried, but you can't come at me like this." And I gave some. And then Sukas comes in and he screws up on a breakaway, and I give him some shit. Put my arms out and just tell him what's up. And
Is that why he didn't come out?
And then God was like, "All right, you're done, you motherfucker." And then so I go on the other side where Priya's sitting watching intently, and I just get lit up for a period.
Before that period, she had hearts in her eyes, like there's my man over there, look at him dominating, and then all of a sudden you come towards her and you're distracted by her beauty the whole time, so you let in a couple goals.
Let's go with that. Yeah, and then she's like, "What's going on in that other rink? Let's see what that game looks like." So it's 4-4. Yeah, I think it was 4-4. You know, Skillman figured his shit out. All right,
Yep.
and then Ty fires this. I don't even know what you would call it. This wet noodle up the ice of a puck, and it just starts rolling. And I'm like, Troy, Whoop's got it. You know.
Whoop,
Yeah.
Whoop yells
I
at
know,
others to
I know,
get it usually.
I know. Whoop's running a 3-man here, but Whoop's got it. And then Whoop kind of just like gave up, and then it jumped on its side and started rolling center ice, and I'm like, I'm fucked. And it took me like 2 seconds to figure out what the hell was actually going on. So I skate out to try to make something of this, and I fail miserably. And
There
then
he is. I thought I heard something.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Boys. What's going on?
Oh, this is a surprise. I heard some noise, and
I'm like, what was that noise?
I thought maybe it was Hedis, but apparently
The better
it's,
goalie's here.
Hedis got a lot better looking.
We'll get to hear from him for the 4th time this podcast.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was driving. I'm like, I didn't hear any rings. I'm like, I wonder if I leave a message. And then
Get a little bit closer.
there you go.
to it.
Good.
There you go.
Yeah, and then I was like, I probably just left like 3 just silence, confusion, voicemails.
They were the best ones yet, though. They were very to the point. They were nice.
Just sighs and
Thirsty? Eggnog?
absolutely.
Yeah, give them some
hell
champs
yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dougie's looks like going to make some more eggnog. So
Well, I'm not going to force them on everybody else. Who wants one?
I'm still going strong.
I'm good on
maybe a
mine.
tiny bit.
I've
more.
got 3 drinks here. I gotta get through it before we talk.
Bring in a bottle of champs, though. Is one in the freezer?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Bring the one in the freezer, the bottle. Whoa. Popping bottles, boys and ladies.
So let's.
Yeah. So I'm almost done here, and then I think it was Ait. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Aight.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh,
He,
I thought you were going 90s retro. It's
No.
Aight. Yeah, no.
Yeah. He picks the puck up off of me and then scores on an empty net, and that's the game winner, which really just hurts. I tried to break my stick, but I didn't have quite the energy that Cam has.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So according to Ty, it sounds like Ike looked pretty good as a forward. What were your thoughts there?
I mean, let's be honest here. He was skating against some real benders, but not to take anything away from everybody in that game, because they're all winners in my book, except for Whoop. But he looked good. He did look good. It just let's see him against some real talent, and then we'll talk.
Yeah, that's very fair. I mean, our next game would be against the Deeks, so I guess we couldn't see that happen there. But maybe in the future we'll be able to see him up there. So, Cam, let's go back real quick. We've already covered the All-Star game in the the All-Stars of Tomorrow / yesteryear. Seems like that we seem to think that you possibly were the MVP of the All-Star game. What were your thoughts on that game and feeling of a possible MVP there?
Boys, that was fast as fuck.
Fast game.
Right when the
Really
puck dropped, it was just like, boom. I'm like, oh, wow, okay, this is MNL.
We should draft a team like that, next year maybe. Something
Yeah,
like
there we
That'd
go.
be nice.
There we go. No North Stars, but yeah.
I don't like the sound of that
Yeah.
because I'm not going to be on that
It
team.
was fast. It was fun. I mean, there was opportunities going left and right. Who was I talking to? I think I was talking to either Whoop or Dylan, and it was just like, this is like sloppy fast play. Like there wasn't really any like, like nice tic-tac-toe passes. It was just fast. Yep. So it was fun though. I had a good time.
What about the second game? We hung you out to dry a little bit there. You broke a stick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Turtle has like a weird release, man. I don't understand it, and it just goes like a weird like curveball, blocker low almost every time. I can't figure it out. And then I was just like, and then he beat me on glove side. I'm like, you know what? Just stick's already fucked. Just
yeah, I wasn't on the ice. I think I wasn't on the ice for that goal, and they're switching. I'm coming out, and I just see. I think it was your handle, like out on the ice. I thought it was someone else. I'm just like,
it's a clean break.
I'm like, who the fuck broke their stick? And all of a sudden, I see like the other end, and it's a goalie stick. I'm like, no, Cam, please no.
Uncle Pfister, like right when I snap it, I go skating straight to the penalty box. I'm like, grab my stick. I need another one.
Cone, the king of broken sticks, even said that it was a 10 out of 10 in his book. I think he might have taken the mantle after that one.
Yeah. I think you got to go to goalie breaking stick school, don't you?
I think I do.
Real goalie, yeah.
All I did was like I dented it. I don't know. Maybe there's like a certain spot you're supposed to hit.
Maybe someone has to start hitting the gym. I don't know.
It's a tomahawk. How hard do you have to fucking hit it?
Apparently harder than you did.
It's all where you hit it too.
It's all physics.
I hit it dead center of that.
I've had a lot of practice in my 16 years of playing hockey, and a lot of sticks broken to try.
Okay, so. Next thing on there was, I want to say it was middle of last week or so, Mr. Jeremy Drager did a temperature poll about the league, about do we like the bye week, do we not, what would we feel about a 7th versus 8th team. Kind of wanted to see some people's thoughts on that. Charles, let's hear from you. What are your thoughts on possible expansion versus your thoughts on liking a bye versus not liking a bye? How do you feel about those measures?
Sound of Christmas, boys.
Right now, as a person with a longer commute, loves the bye week. Get some time.
Selfish.
But no, but I'm still showing up on my bye weeks anyway, though.
That's true. It's something to do.
So I actually would really prefer though to have 8 teams. It would just. It's not that much more than what we've got right now. It's not. I hear a lot of complaints about the closeness of the league and adding 10 players. What's that gonna do? I don't really see that as being a problem. I think 8 is a really natural number to have in a league.
It worked out with 7. We've got some great guys.
Some great new guys.
We definitely got some nice new guys, but do we really know all of them as of yet? It kind of progresses. Who's to say that if we actually went to an 8 team? We won't have some guys that could come back. I mean, Hal sounded like he would have preferred to have 1 year off. Someone like him wants to come back. It sounded like Wilkie started to get that bug back a little bit. Other players like that. So maybe, Doug's buddy Guma or Gumma, whatever his name was, he's now subbing in for a Drager. You fill that spot in. All of a sudden, maybe we're only filling in, 5 spots as well.
Will this be the return of Chet Stedman?
Oh, it could. Could be.
I'm still of the opinion to let sleeping dogs lie on that one.
All right, yeah, I
kind of with you.
It's up in the air for me. I mean, if we need an extra body, but and then it's like, is he gonna go out of control?
Now Chad Polinsky, on the other hand,
get back here, Chad.
Come back, Chad.
I know he's listening. Yeah. So
Polinsky, come back.
Yeah, we're all rooting for you, bud.
So apparently, there's a new thing on Twitch where you get points for just watching.
Muted.
I'm muted? No. No one got muted, but
right.
Apparently being able to mute someone is one of the options. Another option, if you earn enough points, is to make me read some kind of message as well. I'm the judge jury on that as far as if it's over the line or not.
Interesting. But how over line must it be for it to be bad enough?
But it looks like Mr. Jeremy Drager earned enough points to have me read something on the air.
There you go. This is why he's shelling out that 6 months.
So I'm going to take a look at this real quick. It's
appropriate.
Dear Man Bun Nation. I would also say trusted voicers as well.
I don't see Zeke Rollins in here.
Yeah, I want to officially apologize for drafting a terrible team. We lost at the draft, but fortunately, Row the Boat was there for me to be for the scapegoat. Maybe we'll win next year.
The Deeks aren't that bad this year, are they? Oh, he's not talking about the Deeks.
He's not. He's talking about
he's talking
the
about
All-Stars
the
of tomorrow.
Wow. Thanks, though. Thanks, though.
How many of these eggnogs have you had?
Yeah, plenty.
I'm sorry, the Dougie Fresh's fresh eggnogs.
You like that?
I've never had one of these before.
So yeah, I don't know if I like that new thing with the points of having me read a message.
I want to mute somebody.
I do.
I'm gonna have to start
Mute
donating.
Whoop.
To
You
this
got to
channel
mute Whoop.
heavy.
Yes.
Mute Whoop's been a thing for like 3 years. We got to mute Whoop right away. Just mute him.
I just want to.
So Dougie, what's your thought on possible expansion?
I love expansion if done at the right time and in the right way. So when I voted for expansion. I just say it with a cautious optimism because nothing against Chet, but I don't necessarily have the trust yet. So I'm a little leery about that too. It has to be the right kind of guys that want to be there for the right reasons. But we've got some good guys that are willing to come in, and I think it would be a good thing to do rather soon. So I'm excited for it. We'll have to see if it's enough to do it. I mean, if we've got Guma in, my buddy Dave that played last night, he played in a drop-in a couple weeks ago too. I bet you he's in, and he's a solid addition. I think he's going to be a 4th or 5th rounder by the time he gets his feel back. But
is the waiting list big enough to do 8?
I don't know.
I think we would have plenty of options as far as people wanting to get into the league, and that's kind of the next question. Where we are in talent, are we at a good level of talent? Is talent too high? Is talent too low? Mackie, as a bender of the group, what are your thoughts on that?
I think talent is right where it needs to be. I honestly, most of the time when we're playing a team, you generally have your like 3 guys that are really just solid, and then you've got your
Middle.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
Yeah, that's great. I'm just watching.
You got your 5 guys that are really they're right in the middle. They're where they need to be, and then you've got your couple benders. Yep. If we kept it like this, I think it would be perfect. I feel like I still contribute even as one of our the second worst player on the ice on average.
But you're an all-star in Slack as well.
I'm an all-star in our hearts.
That's right.
Great article writer.
Yeah, I personally think the talent is pretty good. Matt Taylor still scares me as far as his talent level because I've seen him a couple times where I'm like, ooh, that looks good. How much does he unleash that in the playoffs or not? We'll see. The biggest thing that scares me is you have someone like a Troy who he starts looking at the draft, kind of guys are looking for a position or not, and he starts you see him kind of getting greedy and like, ooh, here's my draft slot. If I get this guy in, can I sneak by this, sneak by that? Kind of how he was this week with that draft. He's kind of sneaking some guys in, pulling some things where he's the type of guy where we had someone like a Wilkie and Hal leave, and all of a sudden, from what I was told, is he essentially just told 2 guys they were in without consulting with the Ivory Tower. So I think we do need to be careful there. I think talent is at a good spot right now. If we could keep it where it was, I think we would be good. So I think we probably want to mainly
I was saying bring
maybe
in some
one
lower
top level
enders.
guy. If not, you're looking to mid to low guys would be nice as well.
I think one guy worse than me would be excellent. I would love to see that. Just kind of go up one spot. I know I was the very first player in MNL history to be the 69th pick in the draft, and I was very happy about that. But that's never going to happen again. So
yeah, but you're in the lounge too.
I was going to say you're part of the hat trick lounge.
Yeah,
I am, and I should say this about Matt Taylor because he's an interesting bird on the bench.
Didn't you and Hal get a hat trick the same night?
The same night, on different rinks.
Legendary.
Matt Taylor, for some reason, Matt Taylor is like a bender in his brain, and like he's obviously really talented, one of the most talented people on the ice that we have, but he gets on the bench and he's sitting there and he's like comparing himself to me, and he's saying like how quickly he's like, yeah, people like you and me get winded really quick, and I'm like, buddy, look at you. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He's humble Matt Taylor, man. He's a good guy.
I want more of those guys.
Yeah.
The guys that can sit down with the benders. I know, we sit in the lounge together, but it's not the same.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And as part of the lounge, how is Charles treated there? Is he part of the gang?
Oh, he's like royalty. Oh, yeah. He's one of the royals, yeah. One of the original members. Him and Hal hit it off all the time. They was hanging out in their own thing. Trying to avoid Pfister over there. He's still getting massages.
Hanging out in the cat room.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, they got their own cat room now. It's great.
So what would have happened last night if someone in the All-Star game / Bender Bowl or anything would have got a hat trick? Would have that counted for the lounge, or how would have that worked?
Would have counted. They would have had visitation rights for a week, and then they leave. That's it. You have to, someone has to check you in. You get to walk around, and then you're out.
Myers was this close to a natural hat trick
Nice.
yesterday.
Ooh,
And he got 2 really quick,
a natural might get you there.
and then he had one opportunity right after, and I was sitting there. I'm like, ooh, he's gonna be able to get that rental coat.
Get the rental coat, yeah.
But
Get that sub coat.
he didn't pull it off.
The loaner, like when Jerry goes to the restaurant, they have to give him a sport coat.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
It always comes back to Seinfeld,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yes.
It's one from you every day.
Yeah.
So real quick, wanted to kind of go over a couple of the preseason predictions to see where we were right now and kind of see where we think we're going to be ending at the moment. So our predictions for our goal leader, and I'm kind of doing these based on not every individual, but the majority of the people who did these predictions, was Matt Taylor. But Pfister is currently in the lead with 18 goals right now. Is Pfister going to hold on to that title? Is Mr. 22 going to come and take that crown back? I mean, it's your crown. Have you ever not had it?
No, you said you harken back to talent level. It's too high. We got one guy that's just too good, and it's Pfister. You just got to kick him out, and the league will be fine. Yeah, that's it. And then I'll be back up top. Everyone will be happy. The world is right.
We can keep Uncle Pfister.
We can keep Uncle Pfister. Yeah, he can keep coming. He's love.
But
yeah.
But Mr. Hattrick's got to go.
Yeah,
I love how we
Hattrick's out.
put him in slack. That's classy.
So good.
I mean,
What
I
a
think
class
Chris
act
Pfister
by
could
us.
stay part of the league. He just can't skate anymore.
Yeah, or give him like an offhanded stick or something. Curse him somehow. But he's a good kid, man. He's tough to chase. I'll see if I can catch him. It'll be tough. It will be tough.
Make him wear those old Micron skates. Hal's old
Yeah,
skates.
Hal's old skates. Yeah.
See what happens.
But he gets to sub,
bigger
though.
skates,
So,
yeah.
he can still sub.
Yeah.
Number 1 in the league can sub. Yeah, back to that. I'm going to throw that in. Throw that dagger every time I'm on this mic.
So-
Whatever. Here we are. Yeah, you're right. Number 1 in the league.
Our prediction for the assist leader was actually Ben. Right now, ShaunE's in the lead with 13. Powered with that line with Pfister, feeding him those goals left and right. I personally don't see a way that he's going to be stopped there.
How
Does
many
anybody
goals
else?
is he at right now? Because that bet is still ongoing.
ShaunE?
The ShaunE?
4 or 5? I don't think
I
he
think
has
he's
that
at
many.
8.
Oh, wait. No, 8 assists. Oh, no.
No,
He's at 8 goals.
goals.
He might be at 8
What
goals.
was the
He's
bet
at-
for?
It was his wedding. I made
The workout
a very drunken bet with him, being you're only gonna score 12 goals, no more.
He has 8.
Wow. He's still in the running. Still in
It's
the running.
close, I know.
I was going to say, we are past over 2/3 done, so you
He's right on
probably
track.
have the slight advantage as of
It's-
right now
it's
by like a
nerve-wracking.
game.
Feed your boy, Pfister. Help him out.
Yeah. Obviously,
We're not friends anymore.
obviously,
Stop being
ShaunE's
so
not the selfish guy in that relationship, always giving, and maybe Pfister has to give a little bit more, and ShaunE has to take. So
That's true. I know.
I don't know there. Points on the season. Everybody again predicted Matt Taylor. Currently, Pfister again 27 points. Mr. Proctor over here.
Can I put an asterisk on that? I have a feeling that Uncle Pfister has something to do with that number being so high. So maybe Uncle Pfister should be having a couple points on here too.
Oh, you're right. I never thought about that.
He's
Little
always
collusion
there
in the box.
And you know,
hanging around the autos. Too
who
well.
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what he's doing there? I don't want to point any fingers, but
I know.
I've heard him say, "That was Chris. That was Chris who got that one."
Inside man.
There's a lot of snickering going on in there for sure.
What are you doing in there, man?
I'm not calling him a cheat.
That's
I'm
tough.
just asking for y'all to decide.
You're not calling him a cheat, but you're asking for us to call him a cheat.
Correct.
I'm not going to do that. I believe in Mr. Thurston.
Top points is tough too. So, there's the Yager curse. Like Yager took 2 years off, and he would have beat Gretzky, and if he tracked. And then Matt Taylor's kind of the same way. He shelled 4 goals, put up 4 or 5 points a game sometimes.
He's talented,
Like,
man.
those are crazy high numbers. And if if his attendance was higher, I think he would definitely be.
I do want to know what his
number
points
one.
per game is.
Points per game is probably the highest.
That would be
for sure.
That would
points
be
per game.
interesting.
Yeah, for sure. it is.
Because Pfister doesn't miss games.
It's like 3.5 or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it'd be tough to actually record with if you're running the score sheet is to actually track games played is probably a little
Yeah.
bit of a pain in the ass.
I'm not asking for Panny to do this. Yeah, he's got too much on his plate.
I'm asking for him to do that though.
I don't want to get yelled at him.
If he's got to read something that Penny makes him read, then he's got to do data.
I come home, and just hear about what Penny's angry about.
Oh, let's see. GA goals against average. We had a prediction of
Pink Whitney.
Cam with the lead. Currently, Dylan is winning that battle as of right now. So I
Solid.
think you're still in second, though.
No, Hedis moved up. I had a bad game against the Ducks. Kind of threw me into third.
Oh.
Hedis is in second now.
Yeah, but Dylan
It's
is
tight.
0.7 lead right now on that.
0.7?
0.7?
Yeah.
Under one goal?
Yeah, but that's
I thought,
per
it was,
when
no, I
you.
thought it was one goal, like 1.3.
No, I meant
Oh,
he's
1.3.
got that much of a difference
Oh,
between the
that's the
second
difference.
place
That's the
goalie.
difference.
So
Okay, yeah,
that's
yeah.
when you consider that we've played like 15 games or 12, 13, probably 13 games.
Well, the All-Star game dropped him, right? Put that in there.
Yeah.
That is true as well. But then Cam has to deal with the Benders of Tomorrow game.
Well, that game.
That's
didn't
not
count,
as bad
right?
as
So
8.
Let's not do that then.
But yeah,
all
Dylan does have a nice little cushion there, so
does.
that's not bad there.
And in the points.
As do
man.
the Seals themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, for our PIM prediction, we actually had Sugar leading that. Trent has 10 PIMs as of right now.
Attaboy.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
I don't get that Sugar thing. Like, Sugar doesn't.
No,
He
Sugar's not
doesn't.
a penalty guy.
He doesn't drop. He doesn't get penalties called on him.
Yeah.
So no matter what he's doing out there, he might get a
Geeks.
penalty or
It's
two.
a different team.
There's a lot of feeling that
He's all
maybe he
frustrated
deserves
right now.
penalties, though. I don't know. He's kind of a hacky. Like, he likes to hack. He likes to get in the corners, mix it up a little bit. I'm not saying it's dirty or not, but with the way the referees have been calling stuff this year, I wouldn't be surprised if he got some calls here or there.
They've had some interesting calls. Yes.
Shots fired by Whoop.
Yeah, as far as some other predictions go, we had a little bit of a bet. We had Joe Ellis plus 10.5 versus his brother, Jim plus 10.5 versus Joey Ellis right now. Currently, Jim has 3 points. Joe has 2, but Joe has had a lot of work responsibilities to take care of, so that's kind of limited the number of games. So I don't know if I'd consider that to be a fair bet as of yet.
Yeah, it's tough. You got to show up. If you're doing these bets, you want the wins, you just got to
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah,
It's half the battle.
Exactly. The bets are based on everybody playing every game.
Yeah, I mean, they were based off the last couple of seasons of where their points were, how they were trending. To the battle of the autos, we had Todd plus 4.5 points versus brother Ty. Todd has 3 points, Ty has 5, so that one is slight
Up in the
advantage to Todd
Yeah,
as of
not
right
bad.
now. The other way, another battle of the autos, we had Ty plus 4.5 points versus Troy. Ty, again, 5 points. Troy, 10 points. So it looks like he's going to pull that one
10
off.
points. Attaboy.
Yeah.
Top 10 scoring in MNL, deserving all-star. So
He probably insists that his sub points get added to that as well, and then he'd be
yeah, he
flying.
would.
sub points, I mean, he'd probably have, 60, 70 points on the year?
So, I'm pretty close to that. Yeah, I remember we kept writing his name in, no matter what the ref said.
Drew a little gun in there.
Just to cross it out.
That was her
Write his
pistol,
name.
but yeah.
And then we had Todd versus Troy. Todd plus 7.5 points. It's 3-10 right now. So, Todd's got that 0.5 lead, but that's probably not safe when you're going up against a sniper.
He's a dirty player.
Yeah, dirty.
It's got to be really, really tough to win that one for
Yeah,
Todd, for Whoop.
Last but not least, for the brothers, we had Chris Taylor versus Matt Taylor, plus 12.5 advantage for Chris on the thing. It's Chris Taylor 8 versus 11 points for Matt Taylor. So Matt Taylor, he's missed a lot of games, so I don't know.
He got 11 points in 2 games, so it's tough. It's a tough gauge.
Yeah, I mean the spread was probably more realistic than we thought it was going to be on that. We did have a couple things of over versus under on number of trades of 2.5. That line was close. It went to 3. Trade line's over, so that one went over. Player that would be first to announce a baby, that was Chris Taylor. I know I had Peso on.
Why was Chris
Congrats,
Taylor?
buddy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
I had Peso.
Congrats, buddy.
My
Wait,
option
Chris
was
Taylor he's gonna have a kid?
he's expecting. Dave P's
nice.
also
He didn't say
expecting.
anything in the locker room.
I know. He's
Oh yeah, that's right. Dave P was.
it's a strong silent.
He didn't say anything in the locker room, eh? That's shocking.
Hey,
I guess
he's in and
now
out.
I guess now would be a good time to announce then that me and Priya are currently not expecting a child. But
Oh, nice.
I was like, oh shit, you just got really intense in here.
I'm not expecting a girlfriend either.
all those White Claws last night, yeah, would be a pretty good hint. She told me not to say that, but sorry,
That
baby.
one All-Star game?
So the real winner of that category is Charles and Priya.
Yeah, there you
Who
go.
knows?
Cheers to that.
Going back at this preseason prediction, so I took all of the people that was in there, like 8.7 for first place, down to 1 for last place. The Whalers were actually the preseason favorites, followed by the Americans, Seals, Tigers, Nordiques, Ducks, and North Stars were actually predicted to be last. Wow. So
Got pretty close on the Deeks Ducks at least.
yeah, so the Deeks Ducks were predicted near the bottom. The North Stars, I think, they started out slow. They were popping themselves up to, third, fourth from the bottom before the trades. They've been playing pretty well since those trades as
They
well.
lost Sutsy, too. That hurt him. Yeah. I had to do something.
Yeah, that's a tough loss there. But yeah, right now I think the biggest disappointing team, without a doubt, would unfortunately be
Us.
the Whalers.
Yeah, we're a sloppy hot whale tail, and I don't know what's
right.
going on.
That was a lot of things.
That was
to
a
say right
lot
there.
of moisture talk, and I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
all right. That's how I like my
Moisture talk.
Love that word. Anyway,
I think we're just gonna skim past that.
What, four in a row lost now?
I can't.
I mean, and when you look at the Whalers team, it's mainly our scoring. Our defense, our goals against have been solid. They've been looking pretty good overall.
Jesus. Whalers today, man.
I know. You can't score goals, Cam. You can't do it all. I don't know why. It's not you, buddy.
Well, let's talk about the Nordiques.
last game was a little
Nobody wants to talk about the Nordiques. including
Piercy
my
had
wife.
a wild goal.
My wife
few
doesn't want to
weeks
talk
ago.
about the Nordiques. Troy kept prodding and everything last night. He's like, come on, give me something. Give me something. She begrudgingly had to make a statement.
What was her statement about
that's
the
the number
Nordiques?
one
No
mistake.
comment. No comment.
Well, why would you bring it up?
Why?
It was a tense ride home. Let's just say that.
So she was talking trash about the Nordiques. You got upset.
Yes.
Like, why do you play so good in these All-Star games? But when I try to hear about these Nordique games, it's just a shit show.
Dougie, all I ever hear about is how you got 2 goals and an assist last night.
No, she knows I have no shot. I mean, she knows that. Yeah.
That is.
You
that
picked
is
her
fair.
up, Dougie. You got a good shot.
Thanks.
Aww.
I had a tip jar joke ready to go, but it was really lewd.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that one out because
Yeah.
it's a family show.
It's a family show. We don't need to, do that.
We're
Yeah, tell
we're
Dylan
family
that.
friendly
Yeah.
apparently. So next week we have the skills competition. So let's kind of go through these real quick. We're supposed to be having a Bender and an All-Star version of all of these as well. So our first one is going to be a shootout competition, slam dunk style. So I'm assuming that's the NHL version where you wear cowboy hats or blow up like horses or something and ride them and try to score a goal.
So
Sounds
this is one of
painful.
those things where they try to find some sick kid to stand in the net and then they just like dunk on him, right? And they couldn't
you
find.
playing- are you
and
playing
they,
goalie?
They couldn't find a sick kid, so they asked me to do it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Can we do like where I try to do a breakaway on you, like in full goalie?
Look,
Yes,
ask
sure.
Drager.
Yes.
I want to take like
Dylan had a
60
shot last
fucking
night.
shootout shots and then just be completely dead. So I want everyone to take a shot on me.
fast.
Yeah.
But it's voted on. So we got a little guide from Drager. They said this is a voting. Who's voting?
Maybe we have
The
judges.
league.
I
They
don't
probably
know.
have some ivory tower judges.
I was just gonna say Ivory Tower judges, maybe.
Some skewed version of it.
3 autos and some random off the
Yeah.
street.
Well,
already been decided who
Well,
won.
Jeremy's
Yeah.
wife is actually an
already rigged.
experienced
Rigged.
judge of these sort of competitions. She judged a international singing competition in Mexico back in March.
Carrie Ann Inaba.
I was part of this competition and I lost hard.
I don't know if being drunk at a bar in Cancun really
Lies.
makes you
Lies.
an
Lies.
experienced qualified judge.
I was
say
saying
it does.
Drager's wife does, and I would agree that it actually absolutely does, especially for something like this.
I did not know there was a karaoke version of the skills competition. I was not prepared for that. So if we're singing a song, I don't know what song I'm going to
Joke's
sing.
on you.
I know. Friends in Low Places, Garth Brooks, something easy. I don't know.
I don't see why we couldn't add it.
It's true.
It's got to be tragically hip. If we're doing a karaoke, it's got to be tragically hip. Brendan, where you at, man?
Yeah.
Hit me.
Next competition would be the normal shootout competition. Anybody a favorite in that for you?
No, not me.
I bet you it's going to be a bender.
Matt
For
Taylor.
some reason,
I say
benders
Matt Taylor.
always show up as ending up being the top.
Well, there's the Bender
shootout guys.
version and then there's the All-Star version. So
Oh, I
Matt
say
Taylor,
mix
if he
it.
shows.
It's going to be a
Mix it.
bender anyway.
Mix it. Could be a
Yeah.
bender. Bender's unpredictable.
Yeah, exactly.
Never know.
That dude, I can't remember his name. The guy that just started learning to skate. And when he had the penalty shot on me, he comes in and it was like a change up. He was coming in at like 2 miles an hour. I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
Just charge him.
I thought about
That's
it.
what Dylan does.
just do a whole-
Charges you like a bull.
Oh, it's gonna throw him off.
I really
saw the
considered
video
it.
that Bim posted. I'm like, oh dear God, we let him skate. Poor guy.
Dude comes on the ice and he's got tape on his skate and he's just like falling. He's like a wounded deer on the ice and no one goes to help him. they just watch him go.
I think it was more
I
entertaining
did
for
that.
everybody. Like, oh, this is the real Bender ball. Here we go.
Eighth team beware. There's hazing now in the MNL, so we're just gonna be careful.
I did not tape those skates.
Did not.
so then we have the fastest skater competition as well. Probably favorites are going to be somewhere like a Pfister. Probably Benders, like an Alan Z, I would think is right up there.
I'm actually saying Sugar for
Yeah,
this fast
Sugar, ShaunE, or Serta. Top three.
I think he's right. I think Alan Z would be a dark horse on this one that would come
Alan
out.
Z
and just,
is quick.
Yeah.
He is
He's
pretty
a super fast
Pearson,
guy.
you're pretty quick too. You can catch us. You're catching ShaunE.
for the Bender. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my startup speed takes a little bit, but I think my
You'll top end. You're a
high-end
Bowser. You're
speed
kind of a
is-
Bowser Mario Kart player.
I'm a Wario.
Ah, the Wario.
Takes me a long time to get there, but
It's a me, man.
yeah. Watch out.
I'm gonna drop a banana peel. I'm gonna take it home.
There you go.
my favorite one out of this competition, not because I think I have a chance, but because I think it'd just be interesting, is the hardest shot competition. I think it'd just be fun to go out there and actually
Right.
see. I'm guessing around 20 miles an hour.
I was gonna say I got a strong 18. Yeah,
Did you
look
time
out.
it?
No, I have no.
Time it. Wow. Time.
That
Yeah,
time,
we
well,
timed.
sort of.
We timed a shot. It took a while.
I'd go Trent. I'd go. Yeah.
We're still waiting for it to cross the line.
Yeah, Trent's a good option. I would say dark horse as far as an all-star is concerned. Maybe a Matt LaPoudre. I've seen him rip a few.
Actually, we forgot about Kraken.
I just figure he's not going to show up.
But if he did,
oh, well, yeah, he's the obvious
heavy.
Actually,
choice.
no.
Heavy
I
shot.
take General.
ooh,
Huh.
yeah,
He's got
Sounds
a
like the-
rocket.
yeah.
Does it have to hit the net? Is that a qualification?
Yes.
Yes.
That's,
Yeah.
Then half the guys are out.
Yeah.
So
Why did we do this?
yeah,
I know we've already mentioned him, but Alan Z, like
Z's got a heavy
he's
shot.
got a
Dude,
real
heavy
good shot.
shot.
Snipe.
Yeah.
I went to a drop in with him at like Royal Oak, and I'm like, yeah, just like shoot some shots, and he was just like, blocker low, blocker low, blocker low. I'm like, huh, where the fuck did this come from? Like,
When-
yeah, he's got a hard shot, man.
wrist curls.
When I
man.
first started hanging out with him, he came over to my place for a we had like some sort of I had a housewarming party, and he goes downstairs and I had this thing there where you could shoot shots on. It was just a big piece of wood basically with some holes in it. And he started ripping on it, and I'm like, dude, you gotta stop. You're gonna wake my neighbors. And it's only 8:30. You're gonna wake them tomorrow with that shot.
Was that the famous welcoming party where Ty thought he was going to pick up that girl?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Ty Otto, if you're listening, you still owe Jeremy Drager a steak for that because you didn't get anywhere near picking that girl up.
Oh, come on.
He's definitely listening. 'cause
He
he's
She was
He's
asking. She was
all over the
asking
chat.
He's all over
who's
the
the
chat.
Otto that looks like Hannibal Lecter. It might have been Whoop though.
I know. I'm actually going over to the Otto's house tonight. believe it or
Oh
not.
man, you got
Why?
invited? I didn't get invited.
Nobody invited me over to their house,
Yeah,
so
I
that was
didn't
my
get
only
invited.
option. No, I'm just kidding.
You want to come over to my house?
package
instead?
deal. Let's go.
No, yeah.
Little caravan
Mama
going over
Otto
there.
loves me, so I wanted to make my appearance known.
Yeah, we also
Very kind.
have the stick handling, accuracy, and relay as well. So I think it's going to be a fun night. And then I don't know if there's talk of some kind of family skate. I don't know how that's going to work, if that's going to be on the NHL ice or if the skills competition is just going to be the first half of the Olympic ice. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure we'll hear more as the week goes on.
Where's the endurance skate? Because me and Suits were going to go at it. I know he's on the IR. We'll have to delay that a year.
We can't rent the ice for 7 hours. You just can't
Yeah,
keep going
that's
around.
fucking
You just
goal
can't do
suits.
that.
You and Serta just going to town.
No, Serta's got nothing, man. Fucking go.
They're doing
Please
squats
rephrase
while they're
that.
skating. Just
How would an endurance contest work? Would it be a combination of speed and distance?
No, it'd just be like, who
distance,
goes
whoever
the
drops out
longest.
first.
Yeah.
If we work it like a true,
cross-country.
like the Big Dog's Backyard Ultra, you do a certain amount of laps in a certain amount of time, then you take a break, maybe take a goo, maybe a PB&J, maybe some beans.
No, you go
rice.
to you drop. There's nothing. No
we just
water,
gonna be-
no sustenance.
We can
You
do
just
that
go.
too.
Go
Whatever,
naming
all
food for
comers,
the
let's
rest of
Right in
fucking
the
go,
Rockies,
man.
Dougie.
Maybe a plate of
Fucking
ribs.
Serta.
Yeah, let's go. Fully catered meal, and then we go again. Oh, okay. And we sleep. We sleep for 8 hours and do it again.
We sleep in the rink at nighttime in a tent.
Change our
and then we
skates
go
every
again.
hour.
I'm just gonna say this. I think there's a reason why you don't see distance events in prime time for the Olympics. So
Yeah, it's
Speed
very
skating,
good.
man. Those guys go.
They got those Red Bull tracks.
Speed skating is
Those are
not
cool.
a distance event.
Yes, it is. They have speed skating distance events. They
Like
keep
how long are
going.
we talking?
Isn't it 10,000 meters? That's an endurance event.
That's a
How long does that
Canadian
take?
meameters. We're in standard.
Is that 10,000 meters?
We don't know meters. Is that like-
6.2
The rest of the world, uses
6.2
the metric
miles.
system. But this happens to me all the time at work too. I have to give this the lecture. The ruler, the other side of it, the 30 centimeter thing. Yeah, the rest
Oh,
of the
yeah.
world uses that one, bud.
We know.
This 1
We
foot
know.
thing. This is all you and your silly American ways.
I had an old boss, and she was talking about going to the deli, and she's like, "Yeah, I picked up this, and at this, what do you guys call it, weight-wise out there?
Kilograms.
Out there, kilograms." And I'm like, I got lost for a second, and I was like, "Yeah, how much is that?" We're in America.
Yeah. My car gets 12 hectares to a hogshead.
Yeah, we don't need that. If you're picking up a girl, you're at least a foot long, not 0.2 meters.
I
Like,
still
that
don't.
doesn't sound
Yeah.
good.
I still don't know what a nautical mile is either. I don't know what the fuck.
Maybe
that
you're a foot long.
Yeah.
So
gross.
last thing on the agenda was going to be after the week of the skills competition, we return back to action on the 13th with Tigers versus the Nordiques, Americans versus the Mighty Ducks, and the Golden Seals versus the North Stars. The Whalers are on the bye, 3 weeks off. Obviously,
I have no
I
idea
think
how that feels.
Ouch.
obviously, I
Rest up,
think the
buddy.
big games are going to be the playoff, that last spot, looking for that number 6 spot in the standings. It's going to be the Nordiques versus the Tigers and the Americans versus the Mighty Ducks as well. So
I trust 22 is going to take care of business.
I'm going to try. Sugar's been playing hot, man. He was hot in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
They're coming off some wins. Ben was good.
Antioch had that look in his eye last night, though. He's
Oh,
got a
he
few
did.
weeks here to let it simmer too.
It's true.
I actually met Mrs. Antioch
Yeah.
last night for the
She's-
first time ever.
Oh,
She's cool, man.
man.
Me too. She's
really,
cool.
She's a sweetheart, man. She was really nice.
That's very supportive. Having your last name and his number on your back. See that on her
Yeah.
shirt?
Yeah. I
She
mean, like, she walked
represents.
in, MNL. I'm like, oh, wow.
Is there a
I
best
think-
family or best girls competition? Are we doing that? Skills comp?
I know
best
the
family
the
comp?
women of MNL.
Yeah,
were
the
out
women of
last
M- we
night.
should
I'm
do a
like,
calendar.
Oh, great.
We should
I'm
do a
like,
calendar.
I planted the seed. I'm like,
Yeah, let's do
D, you're going to feed me the pass.
I thought we were actually also going to have a Women of MNL podcast where Piercy's just bringing them drinks.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
that.
they're just-
Like
they're
the
just
book
chatting
club.
here.
Book
all
club
the
night.
garbage on us is coming
Oh,
out.
yeah.
That night,
Actually,
boys.
That's nice. That's nice.
That
Yeah.
should have happened yesterday. That should have been on Festivus because of the
I
airing of
was wondering what
grievances.
they were talking
It's just
about
going to be
up in the
nonstop
stands.
fucking grievances about us.
All right, we need one more Seinfeld reference before the end of the podcast.
I'll
Okay.
work on it. I'll
Yeah.
work on it.
Doug will just make a joke and he'll walk out.
Yeah.
That's right.
I
She had
saw,
man
I
hands.
saw inside Piercy's closet. He's got those. You guys remember those strength shoes? Jimmy's got those strength shoes.
What?
Jimmy in the locker room dancing around the strength shoes.
that's
That Piercy
right.
has a pair of those in his closet. That's how he gets those calves.
Oh man.
One, I have calves, question mark. Two, strength shoes, what?
Yeah, you needed to catch up, man. You're of our era. You
Gotta
should
get
know
some Vibrams,
Seinfeld.
you know?
Tail end, though. Tail end.
Either way, so I assume that the Americans are going to get back to business and actually put you and Antioch back together. Stop with all your BS bullshit crap lines.
It's wake up time now. So you know we're all about the fun in the first half because it don't really matter. But now after the holidays, once you shake off the first week or so, we got shelled by this. We've lost to the Seals again. All right, we got one more rotation right before playoffs. So now you got to find your sauce. Now you got to find your playoff gear. Now you got to get back into it. So we'll be going to work.
And
So
realistically,
you're
for
saying
you
you guys have been
guys,
sandbagging for the whole season?
We've been focusing more on fun maybe than
Sandbagging.
and right now when it comes,
fun.
right now when it comes to the bye,
Horrible excuse.
you guys have 22 points. Tigers have 21, who have already had a bye, if I believe, for the
That's
last
correct.
rotation.
Yep.
Yes.
And the North Stars are at 20 points. That second bye still out there for any of those teams.
Yeah.
So I think every game's going to account for the top there. It looks like the Seals pretty much have that bye locked down,
Yeah.
I'd say for the most part. But then it's time for those top teams to start winning as well. Lock up that bye week as well, because you never know what could happen in the first round of the playoffs. I still think we're at a point where any team could beat any team in this league.
Oh, for sure. Especially in the second half. I think Matt Taylor's going to show up more now.
Yeah.
And everything's going to change. Every team's going
Will
to try to
you
find the
put
gear.
one in for the Tigers this year in MNL?
I already did.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it actually was a pass from Skillman onto my toe.
The only toe goal.
It was immediately after I can't remember who it was on the other side. It might have been Bauer. He kicked a goal in and it got waved off, and then I went and I got one off my toe and they counted it.
Nice.
I looked at the ref like
No kicking motion. No kicking motion.
there was no kicking motion because I wasn't moving.
I kind of
I'm not a Bauer.
I kind of feel like those ones shouldn't count if they go for you. They should count as a person who's like deflecting it off you. They're using you as a prop.
Yeah. I would agree with you if it wasn't my only goal so far this season.
Hey, you had to go in spring though. That was like a legitimate like.
Oh, the one
sexy
from
goal.
the one from Peso that went right by you.
You got to give yourself your
Soaring.
confidence needs to be higher. You're in the hat trick.
You're in the lounge, baby. You
are
got
in the
a
lounge.
jacket,
Yeah.
you got a coat, you got a
I
seat.
keep playing these games where I have these great chances and nothing goes in, and so it's demoralizing.
It's tough.
I don't have sugar over there to bank one off my ass.
I know.
So it's tough.
You got to teach Matt Taylor the ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he thinks he's a bender, so I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe teach Slocum the ways.
Yeah.
Like look at all this. Look at all this material you have to work with.
I do have a lot to work with.
A lot of surface area to bounce off of.
Piercy, are you gonna bring the man bun back? Like,
Yeah, you gonna grow it out?
officially,
You can grow it out.
I mean, you're like repping it now on like podcasts. Are you actually gonna like throw it up one more time and?
It's a playoff. I think it's a playoff do. It's gonna be a playoff do.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just start growing out the top a little bit more.
I like it.
It's if they make the playoffs.
Ooh, wow. Hot take.
Hey, stay down there, Nordiques.
Hey,
man.
man.
1 month from now,
if you insist.
1 month from today, I'm officially turning 40. So
Ooh,
Go
1
midlife
month.
crisis haircut.
you know
man.
that gray could be showing up at any moment now.
So there's gonna be a Piercy 40th birthday podcast.
I want to be a part of this.
Oh, a
You're gonna be
This
removed from the
podcast.
mic.
Got
You
a
have to just
blowout.
sit dormant in the room in the
I
corner.
don't know. That's gonna be a good one.
Well,
We
all
gotta
wear like
set that
samurai
one up.
man buns for the podcast.
Oh yeah, you gotta get a band bud.
I don't like birthdays. I never have. 40's probably even worse. I already told my parents they are not allowed to see me for like 3 months after Christmas because I don't trust my parents from not trying to throw some kind of surprise birthday party. So
Surprise podcast, boys. We're just gonna have a cake ready for them.
they already know that they're banned from my life for maybe 6 months plus. I don't know. So phone conversations is fine, but
Hope you're not
actual
listening,
seeing each
Piercy
other.
family. Sorry
That's
about
all right.
Oh, I've been upfront and honest. I don't trust my parents when it comes to stuff like that.
That could be the women of MNL night. Bring them in for Piercy's birthday.
There you go.
Yeah.
I haven't mentioned this yet, but I have to insist to mention it. After last night's loss, Priya kept saying to me, "Are you sad? Are you
Ashley does
okay?
that shit all the
Are you
time.
sad?"
Oh, I walk out and we just got our ass kicked by the Ducks. And you're like, you played good. I'm like, yeah, 5 goals is fucking good against the Ducks. I played great.
Come on,
Get the
man.
fuck out of my face.
She's trying to be nice. Just
like-
trying to be nice.
But no,
Like
I
she's-
really do appreciate your support.
Yeah, she's
Thanks for
trying
coming
her
out.
hardest to make sure that I'm okay. And she's like, "Someone came out and said that you were upset," and I'm like, "It's
I mean, a
such
massage would
bender ball.
help.
Like, I'll be fine."
Just get a massage out of it, man. Just be like, you know what, a massage.
Oh, I know
Just
how
be
that
nice.
goes.
Help me forget the loss.
We had like 3
Little rub
like,
down.
Like 8 times. Are you sad?
It's happened in the last
Yes,
4
a
weeks
little.
too. I've heard that a
Yeah,
lot.
welcome
Are
to
you
my
okay? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm gonna go hang myself from the crossbar. later. Don't worry about it.
we had like 3
is getting
remediation
dark
plans.
I'm sorry.
Ashley and
it was
I
a joke. It was a joke. All right.
in that locker room, me and Uncle Pfister and Ashley had like 3 plans in place. If you did something bad to yourself that night, we were ready.
Like break a stick.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
The second one was something bad in the shower.
Oh, ew.
Oh God! Whoa, man!
that's-
now it
yeah.
got dark.
And the third was whatever you said about hanging yourself at the crossbar. So yeah, no, we were ready for it. We were like, yeah, he's gonna be in a bad way. Let's get him to the bar.
That's all right. Little
Good
rub down.
Charles, you
Little
just-
rub down.
it
Extra
works.
nap.
Get him a grilled cheese.
Yeah, the best thing to get someone out of the blues is a depressant. So let's get him wasted.
Or a handy. Good handy helps.
I thought this was a family podcast.
That's why it's called a handy and not some
That's why I went with grilled cheese. Man.
other word.
Yeah, Charles, it sounds like you just need to take better advantage of when she says, "Are you down?"
Don't take advantage
Are
of your
you
wife.
down?
Don't do that.
Yeah, that took me a second.
Yes, I'm very sad.
The last 10 minutes will be an adult podcast.
Switch up.
But,
MNL After Hours.
It's pillow talk.
but yeah, it's Christmas Eve. That's all I really have. Does anybody else have anything else?
I got a couple things.
Sure.
I got a couple of things. I like to apologize to Fem on the drop-in. I forgot my towel. I accidentally grabbed his towel out of just autopilot, started rubbing down. Fem was like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Fem, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I had to give it back. Fem, I owe you a towel or a beer, one or the other."
That almost happened to me and Trent on the
He's
drop.
like- see?
I'm like, oh, that was.
See?
Oh, I'm like, which
Oh,
one's
yeah,
mine?
yeah.
He's like, oh, that one. I'm like, hopefully.
Yeah.
He's like doing the thing that Genie does in Aladdin where he's like rubbing it between his
It's got to floss with it a little bit. Got to floss. Yeah. Yeah. The look on his face, I'll never forget. That's so special. And then second, I'll toss one out to Carson. Welcome home.
Yeah,
If
there you go,
anyone
bud.
has had the unfortunate time to be in the white halls of the hospital for an extended stay, it's always rough. And so the day home is awesome. So welcome home, bud.
Yes.
it's-
welcome
it's
home.
Very,
Much love
it's very
from
good to
them
hear
and
that
all,
you're going to
boys.
be home for the holidays. I got my Car Strong
Yeah, I got picked
shirt
up mine
on
last
as well.
night.
Represent.
repping it.
Represent.
We're here for you,
I think he's
buddy.
earned a beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
give him a
good
beer.
stuff, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give him a
there you
Christmas
go,
beer.
there
Let
you
him
go.
earn it.
Maybe
Hey,
some,
pour up some
maybe some
champagne,
pink
boys.
Whitney
Yeah.
as well.
I can drop an eggnog off later.
There you go.
Anybody else have anything before we wrap it up?
Let's do a round table. You know, what are you thankful for? Oh, that's Thanksgiving.
It's Christmas. You'll be thankful for it. Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah. There you go. Real quick.
So, I just started a new job.
Oh, congrats, buddy.
This was a few months ago.
Nice. Still
But
new.
it's a new job. Got me and Priya just got married.
It's a good 19. for
Yeah,
you.
we've had a great year, I think.
Nice.
So want to keep that going nice and strong. Sam's in good health now.
Yeah.
He was in
Yeah.
a
Cheers
little
to
bad
that.
way for a little while.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So everything is going Mackey's way. So let's keep that going for 2020. You know,
I like it, man. Keep it going.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
it going.
Let's get a Democrat in the house in the White House. All right.
Whoa! This is a political free.
You gotta start a whole
All
bomb.
right,
There's a
all
whole
right,
new
all
hour
right,
of podcast.
We made it
do
so
that.
far.
There was a reason why I looked at
almost
him and not anybody else.
Coming from the guy who started the politics channel.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Wasn't?
No.
Is that Rowland?
Yeah, it was Rowland and
Rowland
Math.
movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was a Dragger thing.
Dragger Math.
Yeah, but
There
I
was
think
an
it was
outlet
based.
that was needed.
Oh no, it was Ryan Allen, but he did it as a joke, I think.
That's
And then
not a joke anymore?
it turned out to be
left.
what it is.
I don't know. I think 2020 is a good year. This previous year, Carson's been healthy. Got a new job that's been just mind blowing. It's
Congrats.
been great. Good health overall, and more joyous 2020 to come. Hopefully a keg in my near future too.
There you go.
Maybe not too near.
Yeah, there you go.
If the trade deadline wasn't over, I'd say yeah, sure. If you come over to the Tigers, maybe. But
Wow. There you go.
Uh-huh.
It's all right. Now you just got to
Have
fight
fun in the
Hedis again.
locker room.
I feel like there's
Dougie.
more to that story.
How about you, Dougie? What do you think for Boxing Day or whatever the Canadians have instead of Christmas? Kangaroo Day. They got different days.
Canadian-
Canadian,
that's
Canadian
Australia.
Tigers
That's sorry.
sailed.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
At the risk of sounding cheesy, I'm just grateful for the league. I've always said it, but last night Dee got a full-fledged experience. Seeing a couple of games. She was the reason I was able to bring Rutkowski in, so she got to see him and see his experience kind of assimilating with this group.
Nice.
And then at the bar after, stands Proctor, which sucks,
It's all right.
but there
I'll
will
be
be
back.
other opportunities. She was on the ride home saying, like, I get it. Like, she goes, this is every last guy in this group, except for that guy named Turtle, is a really good guy. But she said, no,
That's fair.
she said, like, I totally get it. You know, you come home, you're raving about it every time, and she goes, it's literally every last guy in the league, and she goes, you guys all appreciate each other, you respect each other.
We'll do
you
anything
still,
for each
you
other,
still
too.
compete, but
Yeah.
you fucking have fun. You clown. You get fucking shit faced doing podcasts.
Yeah.
That's right.
So no, I say at the risk of being cheesy, but I mean it, man. Like this is a good thing to be a part of, and it means a lot to me. And I'm going to
Ditto,
do
man.
everything that I can to protect the integrity that we have in this league and be a part of bringing it forward in the future. So, thank you.
There you go.
boys.
Yeah, it's pulled
I
me
like
out
it.
of a rut. I will say
And she,
that.
Yeah.
she
sure.
also, I can't let it go without the acknowledgement too, because I've said it before, but she has listened and I don't know if it was willingly, maybe unwillingly. She's listened to the podcast in the car,
Kinky.
and she's like, yeah, she's like, Piercy's fucking awesome. He could actually have a career in this, and so. She gives you the major props, buddy. She says you do a great job, and I agree. And this is a nice little thing you do,
Yeah,
man.
for
Hey,
sure.
I appreciate it. You know, it's all in fun. Bust people's balls like Proctor. You know, he doesn't like to play defense. Doesn't like to skate hard, but it's in fun. It's in jest. You know, there's other people who.
Charles, who
Yeah,
can't skate
fair,
hard and
yeah.
can't play defense.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everything we say that includes Troy, because we know how Troy can get on certain people's. You know, he can be a little blunt on the podcast. Everything's in fun to rile people up to make the league more fun. Even Suits was talking about last night. Like, listen to it. There's a couple people who say stuff about me, gets me a little bit more fired up. I think it was even Judge after we beat them the 1 week. He's just like, we're coming for you. Then he got traded from the North Stars, and then his anger went to the Autos, of course. So,
Absolutely. That's usually how it goes.
but yeah, I mean,
Team solidarity. And
Goons,
team
baby.
autos.
as far as
Goons.
thankful goes, thankful that I got
See
my
you tonight,
second
guys.
Xbox Elite controller for free. Won my fantasy
Count it.
football league.
Count it.
Monday Night Lights. I can't really complain about a whole lot. So hopefully the Christmas will be fun. Going over to my sister's tonight. Parents, for the whole family, both sides on Christmas Day, which is usually somewhere between 30 and 50 people. So that'll be a fun drunken mess, hopefully, as always. So Proctor.
I like it. Oh, a lot of things. I probably a little rough end of 19. We lost service, lost our funding, so I'm on the new adventure run for 2020. Just kind of riding it out. So, but good health, good family, good people. No one's suffering, and the league itself, like you said, pulled people out of ruts, keep you distracted, keep you happy. So can't blame that.
And friendships, man. Like, this is,
Yeah.
this is my core guys right here.
Yeah. I caught a couple good ho-ho-hos in my life. It's nice. They're very, very nice to me sometimes, so it's nice.
Could you repeat that? What did you just say?
Ho-ho-hos. It's a pun on promiscuous women
Yeah,
and
no,
the holidays.
I just wanted to make sure that I was hearing
yeah,
you correctly.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Yeah. So,
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a small win. I don't have real lives like you guys yet, but I'm working on it.
As real as we can get.
Sometimes real lives aren't as cracked up as they're made out to be, but other
That's
times
true.
they can be great as
I
well.
just love the
true.
saying, if, man, you're weird. I'm like, ain't normal.
It ain't boring. That's sure shit ain't boring.
But yeah, I mean, thanks again for the year. Hopefully we'll carry on the rest of the season. We'll see what's going on after that. I don't think we're going to have a spring edition of the Monday Night Lights podcast, though. Just for the record.
Gotta build up.
I like it.
Gotta build up.
Actually,
some,
hold on. Before we go,
Have seasons for hype.
what will
Yes.
the new team name be if we do an additional 8?
I thought the Barons was a leader. The Barons or the Rockies?
Well, I think it
I was
all
gonna say, I think he wants
obviously,
the
I
Rockies.
think
Yeah.
it depends
wants to
on
lead it.
who the GMs
Oh,
are. I
if you're
would
leading the
assume they would have a
Rockies,
poll.
you putting your hat in, throwing your hat in for GM?
I'm banned for another 6 years, according to Drager.
Oh,
So.
man.
I think there's lots of
Ivory
options.
Tower, man, and their rules.
But he
I
says
think-
goes.
I think there's factors of colors as well, just for the league. Like, I think obviously the Rockies people like
We need
the
some bright
Barons
blue
have
in
been talked
here.
about.
And some
That's
Rockies.
Deeks.
The,
Bright blue.
the
No,
Scouts.
it's like a bright royal blue. I don't know. It's a different blue. It's not
The
like
We're
sky
a
blue.
blue.
The
Sky blue.
Scouts have been talked about. I think if you really want to get
the
tricky,
Scouts.
you could go with the Winnipeg Jets because technically they left and came back. If you want to
Atlanta
get,
Thrashers.
I don't want
Cheers.
another one of those.
The
Yeah.
Ducks.
There's isn't there like, yeah. Exactly. It's kind of
Like, I still think that it is a cop out. Like, I think the Mighty Ducks is really a cop out. Ducks to Mighty Ducks, I think that's a cop out. I kind of think the Stars are as well. I mean, at least when the Stars first moved from Minnesota to Dallas, the jersey was pretty much exactly the same, except getting rid of North.
That's true.
Like, if you're looking for cool jerseys or whatever, and you're not changing a team, I'd go Kings because you could do like the Lakers colors that they originally had. You could do the black,
purple,
the
that's
silver.
nice.
They have a ton of actual color combos that could work.
Yeah.
Like I said, they have like essentially when they were trying to do like the Raiders, like we're black and silver, where their original colors were the purple and gold with the Lakers, kind of to the dark purple they are today. Ton of combos there that I think would be really cool for the league. But then you could say the LA Kings are the LA Kings, so that would be there. My favorite team out of teams that have totally disbanded are the Rockies. I think the Jets would be cool as well. That's kind of a sneaky one as well.
But they have, I mean, yeah, go ahead.
But we already have a color combo that's rough. Like, I think we've ran out of colors. Like, it doesn't matter the team
No,
anymore.
we just got to be smarter about it.
When the Americans
Hold on.
and the Seals
what
play.
happens if, like, what kind of like Seattle color scheme is going to go on in the NHL? Maybe we just like off of that.
Yeah? We get away jerseys, you think? Wow.
Hey, if we get enough money from this potential sponsorship, maybe
true.
away
Getaways,
jerseys could be a possibility, which would
I don't
actually
think
be
everyone
really fun.
needs aways. I don't know. They're like the Americans and Seals are the ones that are rough.
I don't
dark
think
green and dark blue.
Sure.
You can't play. So
I don't think that's where
I think
you
it-
actually look to do away jerseys. I think if anything, you just look to buy
Well,
some
if anything,
cheap ass
there is
Monday
a
Night
color-
Light logo jerseys. That's like a black, a light, and a dark of each one, and everybody
yeah,
has
maybe
those.
that have that
just
just in
then
case.
if,
Yeah.
then if people like the Americans and the Seals are too dark, people can actually pick what colors they want. Then
Yeah,
it's
that's cool.
like,
That
okay,
ain't
like
bad.
the Americans are doing this. American Seals, one of you guys have to wear your white Monday Night Lights
Yeah,
jerseys.
that's not bad.
I was
Yeah.
gonna do a hot take. Like, what if we like just ordered, if like color does become an issue for jerseys and stuff? What if we just got like 11 dangle sauce jerseys that are white, and just put like a silver MNL logo on it, and then those are just kind of like the dedicated jerseys if there is a color contrast.
Yeah, like you mentioned, yeah. Or
I mean,
pick
Panty
another
could-
team, like a white Kings jersey or something.
I'm sure Panty would love to be in charge of those jerseys and wash
you
them every
know
week.
it.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he has nothing better to
Well,
do.
No, you don't wash them.
Responsibilities.
Never wash them. The luck goes out.
I don't know what's wrong with you people.
There could also
That's what I'm doing wrong then, as I'm washing my shit every
Yeah,
week.
never wash your shit, man. You can't do that.
There
You
could
wash
al-
it once a year before the new season. That's it.
I
There
will
could also
say,
be the old Pavel Bure Vancouver Canucks would be look pretty sweet as
That-
well.
when me
that
and
would
Brennan
look
get our
cool.
team, we're doing the fucking upside down B jersey, man.
Yes, that would be sweet.
I will say I did the OxyClean bath this past weekend, and that shit was disgusting.
Isn't it?
Oh my god! It just the
My mom
water
used to do
immediately
that with all
turned
my
brown.
gear.
I'm
Oh,
like,
it's gross. The
that's
tub's
what I've
like-
been wearing for.
You soaked yourself in OxyClean?
Yeah, you took a bath with OxyClean? I don't think you're supposed to do that, buddy.
I don't think so either. It's
Yeah.
good for clothes.
No.
but
He's
not
dead
medically
because
that's
of
why
this.
I'm all red underneath everything.
I thought you
Is that
did
how
have-
that guy died?
No, the red skin is because of the scalding Hazel Park showers. Which can we give some feedback to those guys? Like, turn the fucking water heat down, man.
Yo. No,
I'd
no,
rather
I
have
don't-
hot showers than cold ones, buddy.
Guys,
How about
crank that
medium-
heat?
medium
No,
warm,
crank that
man?
heat.
I got a glowing
You get used
tint
to
from
it.
I lost
696
3 layers of
Village.
epidermis, man.
You're
That's
used to
called
the cold.
hexavalent chrome, man. You can't mess with that stuff.
All right, sign it out of here. We're getting.
Yeah, we're getting toasty. Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you again.
But yeah, don't forget as always, subscribe to Twitch, follow, email the show, call the Whoop line. Everybody have a great Christmas Eve, Christmas, New Year's
Boxing
Eve,
Day.
New Year's, Boxing Day.
Thank you.
Kangaroo Day.
Yeah, all of that good stuff. But anyways, we are over.
Bye.
Later, boys.